Ranveer Allahabadiya, also known as Beer Biceps, recently made 1,07,56,800 rupees. And that's just from one of the many companies that he is a director in. How did I get that number? How did I get that document? And what can we learn from him is exactly what we are going to talk about in this video. If you don't know who Ranveer is, he, in my opinion, is one of India's smartest YouTubers, especially when it comes to having an entrepreneurial mindset. And though he has only 5 million subscribers across his 2 channels, he still manages to make way more money than other YouTubers who are way bigger than him. And the truth is that he put himself in that position where he is able to make way more money than the other YouTubers. It wasn't always like this. So if we want to understand how he got here, we should try and understand his 6-year-long journey on YouTube. It all started with a camera and a 22-year-old who was fresh out of engineering college. By the time he graduated college, he didn't want to go the traditional route and also had developed a passion for fitness. And that's initially what the channel was all about, Beer Biceps. The main objective of Beer Biceps was to show you that you could have an amazing lifestyle and also have a great physique, and how both of them could go hand in hand.
Drink, and I love drinking. Today's video is all about how to stay fit and have a really hard night of partying at the same time.
Which also brings me to the first tactic that he used, which was finding a voice. Finding a voice in a crowded marketplace is very important if you want to do well. What do you have that others don't, and how can you use it to your advantage is a question that you should be asking yourself. Ranveer, to be very honest, doesn't have the best genetics in order to build muscle, nor did he have an amazing physique. And this is how he looked like at his absolute best. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but at the same time, it's nothing mind-blowing. So what got me thinking was, how did he, with a decent physique, manage to become one of India's top fitness influencers? And the answer to that is because he had a very unique combination. He had a unique combination of great communication skills, of having mass appeal, and also having a decent physique. And all three combined together is what set him apart. And at the time when the Indian fitness scene was only targeted towards gym bros on topics like how to build bigger biceps, he was unique in his own way, and as a result could set himself apart from the crowd. The channel was doing well, but Ranveer slowly transitioned the content from pure fitness to other topics as well, which brings me to the second tactic that he used, which is diversification. Diversification, and why you should not put all your eggs in one basket. Let's just say that you are good at only one thing, and in a way that kind of restricts your scope, that kind of restricts the amount of people that you can reach or the amount of customers that you can have, and in a sense it will reduce the amount of money that you can make. Realizing this, Ranveer slowly transitioned from fitness to other topics like fashion and self-improvement. Diversification in any business is very important because you don't want your entire business to be standing on one pillar. So the more pillars that you have, the more support that your business will get. And any successful business that you can think of has or will diversify to reduce their risks. But that shift should be very gradual, because ideally you want to take your existing viewers along with you when you start making new type of content. So in that sense, you will have your existing viewers, but at the same time you will keep on getting new viewers as well. But for Ranveer, it didn't go completely as per plan, and there was a lot of friction taking his existing viewers and introducing them to new formats.
Honestly, अगर दिल की बात करूँ, हार्ट टू हार्ट बात करूँ आपसे, तो बहुत थक गया हूँ.
And by this time, his team had already started to grow, but his channel wasn't. Most YouTubers on the platform make money either by ads or by brand deals, which basically boils down to how popular you are on the platform. Generally speaking, the more popular that you are on the platform, the more money that you can make. In Ranveer's case, YouTube wasn't being that rewarding, which meant he had to find out and figure out other ways to make money. So Ranveer realized that if he could not be the most popular YouTuber, he could most definitely help another person become more successful on the platform. So basically helping other content creators make more money, and in the process taking a small cut for himself as well. This, in my opinion, was tactic number 3, which is giving society something it wants but doesn't know it wants it yet. If you want to be really successful at a business, you need to figure out what society wants but doesn't know how to get it yet. In Ranveer's case, it involved starting a media company which would act as a link between content creators and the big brands. Most content creators get paid from big brands, and back in 2018, none of the content creators knew how to negotiate, how to approach a brand, and how to go about the process. On the other hand, the brands were also not sure as to which content creator to approach with their products, because the main objective of the brand is to make sure that their product reaches the correct audience. To bridge this gap, Ranveer started his media company called Monk Entertainment. He registered and incorporated a bunch of companies, but the most prominent one being Treliant Business Solutions Private Limited, which was incorporated back on 17th August of 2017. It was incorporated as a talent management, video production, and a social media company. And as you can see, the revenue generated of that company for the year ending 2020 was 17 crore 90 lakh 37,265. And again, this is just one of the many companies that he is a director in. And prima facie, it does look like a good amount for a YouTuber. But what we should also realize is that money is just a transfer of value. And when a person makes a lot of money, it's basically because of the amount of value that he's able to create, and in return, society rewards it by giving them money. So in that sense, when people make a lot of money, it should be used as inspiration, mainly because they are able to create so much value and create so much wealth. And also, if they can do it, we can definitely do it too. And now, coming to how I got this document. Every company in India is registered under the Companies Act of 2013. And every year, you are also required to file your financial statements and your annual returns on the Registrar of Companies. It then becomes a public document, which is open for public inspection after you pay a small fee. And Ranveer, if you're watching this, you have an LLP called Beer Biceps Ventures LLP, and you haven't filed the Form 8, and the last date for filing it is December 31st of this year. So yeah, if you haven't filed it, file it, or ask your CA to file it. And when you are running a media company and a talent management company, you want to be in a position to attract talent or attract customers. So in that sense, he also used the tactic of aspirational branding. Most new age content creators would sign up with his company without a second thought, mainly because of the brand that he has been able to create. And a major reason why people want to join Monk Entertainment or want to be managed by Monk Entertainment is mainly because of Ranveer and the story that he brings along with him, where along with the product, and in this case talent management services, you are also selling them a story or a feeling, which is what Ranveer does effortlessly, and maybe unconsciously he does it, but yeah, he does it. And that's also a reason why he can't just give up YouTube and focus only on business, because his business also has a correlation between how he is doing on YouTube and how popular he is. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. And the last tactic that he used is the ability to reinvent himself. When things were not going his way, he was flexible. He bent instead of being broken.
Shut up and bend over.
In Ranveer's case, when the views weren't that high and the channel wasn't doing that well, he also realized that he had been missing an opportunity that was right under his nose all throughout. He realized on the major audience that he was missing out on by talking in English. So that's why he also started a Hindi channel. And these viewers were new to the platform, and they had not been influenced by any Western media at all. Which meant for a person like Ranveer, it was just like an open field where he could come and conquer everybody. That sounds wrong, but you get the idea. Same content, more views and less competition. What more would a content creator need? And apart from the Hindi channel, he also started a podcast, which is a long form conversation, where in the end, he also admitted that he started the podcast to get content from others. And as of today, The Ranveer Show, which is his podcast, is India's #1 podcast and adds so much value and has added so much value to my life as well. And the last reason why Ranveer is India's smartest YouTubers is because he's investing in technology and other products and services which are very scalable. If you use technology in your business, you can scale it up. What that means is that you can increase your output without necessarily having to increase your input. And now he's focused on technology and developing apps and all of that, where he didn't rely only on YouTube for his main source of income. He diversified, and as of right now is taking a step outside YouTube. So at the end of the day, because of all these tactics, I genuinely feel that he is one of India's smartest YouTubers. Do let me know if I've missed out on any tactic that he has used that you have observed, which I might have missed out in this video. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Bye.